My dear friends in Christ, we see in the gospel today kind of a laughable situation or a little humor. The humor is when Jesus was explaining about his suffering and death, the disciples of him was discussing who will be the greatest among them. They really couldn't understand what was the situation that Jesus was explaining. Because we see in the Gospel of Mark, chapter 8, chapter 9 and chapter 10, clearly Jesus states that he is to suffer, die and be rose again. But my dear friends, the disciples could not really grasp what Jesus was telling them. They thought it would be fine for them to share the powers of Jesus. They were thinking of a political leader with so much of power and to rule the whole Jerusalem. But Jesus clearly told them, if you want to be the first, you'll have to be last. If you need to be first, you need to learn to be last. If you want to be the master, you have to be the servant. He's very clear, because he knew why he is going to face all these situations, all these sufferings and death. He knew it. He knew it how? Because he knew. Because he is against the popular notion of religion at that time. The people who are being discarded by the religion, he said, he brought them to the center. Those who were in peripheries, he called them back to the center. Those who had no identity, gave them an identity. Who was called sinners, he called them righteous. Those people who have been considered weak, he said they are strong. The poor being marginalized, he said you are blessed. So my dear friends, Jesus was really going against the current of the society, and which could not be tolerated by those religious leaders, and they therefore made a plot to kill him. And that was the situation. Well, the God's plan was not the death of his son, but rather God's plan was the salvation. Not the death, but salvation. But salvation, when he intended salvation, the way became the death, the suffering. So my dear friends, if we are to save ourselves, if we are to experience salvation, if we are to experience liberation, then there is a cross which we cannot eliminate in our lives. The cross that we have to carry, because we need to learn to be last when we want to be first. Without being last in the sight of God, we cannot be first. Because it is not in exalting ourselves that we will be rewarded, but rather in humbling ourselves. It is in humility that we will be exalted. When we put ourselves very humbly down and serve others at their needs, we will be exalted by the Lord. So let us be ready and learn to be last when and if we want to be first. Amen. God bless you. Have a nice day.